If you don't have the HSC booklets, you've got the www site over there. You need to have a look at them. You need to be able to say, when you're plucking out your questions for doing examples, isn't that a pretty typical question? And sometimes we even repeat the same questions. Here's a nice little exponential graph indicating that this is question 1 and this is question 10. They do get harder. So really, the order that you do your paper in, you'd be a bit silly to go, I like a challenge, I'm going to start with question 10. You know, we prefer you to sort of work your way into it and to start with question 1. Here's a few more things. Set your work out clearly and downwards. Do not use liquid paper, and I could say that 55 times, because in fact if that person there had used liquid paper, we wouldn't have seen any of the answers to that question. So with this one here, the very first question is looking at radians, and I would suggest that every year 12 has a bit of practice in using degrees and radians. Okay, you can always check your answer here by expanding. You know, you're going to have time to do that, so nobody should get that wrong. If you put a plus here and a minus there, you will get it wrong. So why don't you just expand very quickly to make sure you get that mark. You need the 12 marks here. Question 1 is worth exactly the same number of marks as question 10. So this is vital marks here. You've got the 2 parts to this. So that arrow, when we actually go back and start the exam, is really useful. Again, you've got thirds and numbers here. So what you're saying is, oh, be careful. You know, I can easily make mistakes with these thirds. What I've done here is I've put down, when it came to our sum to the nth term, the A, the D, the N, and then substitute it into the formula. So you're never going to get any marks for just a formula, but certainly for the substitution into the formula, yes, it's very, very important. Now I just want to make a point of when you are differentiating, if you had something like 4 minus 3x squared to the 10th, Sarah, what does that give us when we're differentiating?
Negative.
Okay, now what would happen if I then left out the times here and put that in? Or it's minus 6x, isn't it? Okay, do we like that? No, we don't like that. But a bracket there is really necessary. So can you be very, very careful on not putting down stuff that is wrong, but thinking, oh, the examiner will know what we're doing here. Okay, girls, so then geometry, you'll be asked to trace this maybe into your booklets. Don't mark it on the exam booklet that's in front of you, the question booklet, because you walk out of the hall with that. Mark it, of course, on your answer booklet. And like I said, be very, very careful. Do not use abbreviations. You know, you have one chance to get this mark in an exam, so don't be talking about alt angles or, you know, tell me strange abbreviations that I don't know what you're talking about. Use the whole word. If you want the whole mark, use the whole word. And we all know that the coding in maths questions means very clearly things like initial means t equals 0, v equals 0, at rest. So we know that we've got all these words that mean something very, very specific in maths. So this is our version of an essay where you've got to find the stationary points, and then it says find the nature of the stationary points, max, min, okay, point of inflection. So if you make a mistake up here in that first line where you have found f dash x, then everything will be wrong. And a lot of students think, oh no, but I'll get the carry-on mark. You might get something that is completely meaningless. You know, you might not get any stationary points. So you've got to be very, very, very careful in this question that is worth 8 marks that you get your derivative correct and that then everything else follows suit. Your first and your second derivatives are really important there. And look at that beautiful graph where I've indicated that it crosses the x-axis. You can see that we're going down to minus 16 here, so the scale's on it. Fairly decent shape, no too much wonkiness. If you don't like it, you're not going to go over it and make it look hairy or anything like that. There's our integral sheet. So this is really the last thing I wanted to talk about. On your integral sheet, you have got so many answers, except you're used to differentiating before integrating. So maybe this little table could be very useful, just a sine, cos, tan. If you're differentiating, you're going down. If you're integrating, you're going up. This doesn't tell us a real lot, I don't think, about logs. So you can easily put some examples in, and that would be, again, in that first 5 to 10 minutes where you've ripped off your integral sheet, that you've put them on. Just be careful if you rip your integral sheet off that question 10 isn't on the other side of the integral sheet and you forget to do it. But you know, you really need to have a few more tips here so that that becomes a more usable thing. So basically, to sum up, I suppose we've got to say, given Year 12 have got no more terms except for next term left, the first thing you've got to do is get hold of the HSC papers. Okay, and good luck to all Year 12 that are going to be doing the exam on the, is it the 24th of October? Good luck, everyone.